Welcome back to Mrs. Stewart's Crochet Club. Today we're going to learn how to make this puff stitch washcloth to go along with our loofah and our face scrubbies from the previous videos for our spa set. This is made with, again, 100% cotton. It's going to be the same color as our previous patterns. So this is the purple color that I'm going to be using today, and we'll be making a matching cloth. So this is a 4 worsted weight, and you need a 5mm hook. Again, it's give or take. This is a type of pattern that can be, you can use other materials with, but cotton is best for washcloths. Let's get started. So to begin the pattern, the multiple of this pattern is 3 plus 1. So you're going to chain any multiple of 3 and then add 1 at the end. I'm starting with 37 stitches for my washcloth. So here we go. We're just going to chain 37 or your other multiple of 3 plus 1. Okay, so I have my 37 chains, and we're going to start on the second round. Okay, so for row 2 of our puff stitch dishcloth, we're going to be skipping the first 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in the 5th stitch, we're going to be doing 3 yarn overs to make a puff stitch. So this is how we do it. Yarn over, insert into that stitch, and pull up a loop. That's 1 yarn over. Yarn over, insert again, pull up a stitch, that's 2, and 1 more yarn over, insert through the stitch, and 3. So you should have 7 stitches on your hook right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to yarn over and pull through 6 and stop. You should have 2 on your hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through those 2 to finish up the stitch. Now we're going to chain 1. And we're going to repeat that into this. So we're going to be yarning over 3 times in total to complete this puff, this V sort of puff stitch. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. That's 1, 2, and 3. And if you want to count, there should be 7. Yarn over and pull through 6. So then you have 2 on your hook. Yarn over and pull through those 2, and that completes that stitch. And don't worry if it pulls up a little bit in this space, it will all settle down once you get to the end. We're going to be skipping 2, 1, 2, and in the next stitch we're going to repeat the puff cluster. So yarn over, 1, 2. In the 3rd stitch, you're going to do 3 yarn overs to make this cluster. That was 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so pull through, yarn over and pull through 6. You should have 2 on your hook. Yarn over and pull through those 2. Now we're going to chain 1 and then do another puff in the same spot. So yarn over, insert your hook 3 times. That's 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over, pull through 6 until you have 2 on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2. So that is the completed stitch, the completed V puff. Okay, so we're going to be skipping 2 stitches, 1, 2, and repeating that again all the way to the end. We're going to be skipping 2 and repeating that. So once again, our puff, yarn over and pull up the loop, 1, 2, 3 times. Yarn over, pull through all of them except for the last one. Then yarn over and pull through those 2. Chain 1 and another one in the same space. 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over, pull through 6. Yarn over, pull through those 2. That's the completed stitch. We skip 2, 1, 2, and go into the next one. Yarn over, insert, 1 times, 2, and 3 times. Yarn over, pull through 6, and then yarn over, pull through 2. Chain 1, and repeat for this spot. 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through 6, yarn over, pull through 2, skip 2, and continue. So continue that pattern until you get to the last puff, and then I'll join you. Okay, so I have reached to my very last V-stitch, and there's a couple stitches still left over. So in the very last stitch here, we're just going to yarn over and do a double crochet into that stitch as the edge. Okay, so you should have this little strip of V's, and it will become much straighter and more defined as we go along. So beginning the next round, the next row, we're going to chain 3 and turn our work. So from here on out, it is very easy and very simple to see what we do next. In the middle of each V, so in the chain space, we're going to be doing a V stitch or a puff V stitch. So the same thing we did there, we're going to be doing it here. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through 6, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1, and then do the same thing again in the same space. 3 yarn overs to make your puff. 2, 3, pull through 6, and then pull through 2. And we're going to continue all the way down to the end. And in the very last stitch, we're going to be doing a double crochet into the last stitch. So here we go. The next one, yarn over 1, 2, 3 times, yarn over, pull through 6, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through 6, yarn over, pull through 2, and don't chain 1 in this instance. You're going to just go into the very next space with another V puff. 3, pull through, chain 1, yarn over 1 time, let's get some string, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through 6, yarn over, pull through 2, and then just continue until you get to the end. And in the very last stitch, or the turning chain here, we're going to be putting a double crochet in the top of that one, and I'll meet you when we get there. Okay, so I have reached the end of my puffs, and I still have just the turning chain here. So I'm just going to yarn over and then find a spot at the top of that chain to do a double crochet. 1 and 2. Okay, so the very next row, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we're just repeating the same pattern all the way up until we have 15 rows. And these are easily countable. You can see, define which one is which. Okay, so I have made it all the way, all the rows that I want to do. So I am going to, I think I finished at 14 rows because maybe I think 15 was getting too rectangular. So I stopped at 14, but it's entirely up to you how long you want to make your cloth. So the last row we just finished, we're going to chain 1, just chain 1 for this row, turn your work, and you should be at the top edge right now. So all the way across, we're just going to do a single stitch all the way across. And in the corners, we're going to be doing 3. So let's start at the very base of this stitch here, doing a single crochet all the way across. We're going to be catching each stitch and each chain space in between the V's. This is going to be a very simple border. I think that the pattern itself is kind of nice enough to maybe not even need a border to it, but just for the sake of finishing up, we're going to work our way to the end. When you get to the corner stitch here, you're going to be putting 3 single crochets that will act as like a turning corner. Okay, so I have reached the first corner. So in the stitch right here, so that would be the turning chain, we're going to be doing 3 single crochets. 1, 2, and 3, and that just helps us to round the corner evenly. Now, when I was a new crocheter, I used to be intimidated by having to work down the edge of this. And I think the best way is to just do it and don't worry about it too much. So this is a great one because we have a tall stitch at the end of every row, and it's quite easy to see where we need to put our stitches. So in each one of these stitches along the edge, we're going to be putting 2 single crochets. 1, 2. Okay, so 2 stitches into each of these bars along the side. Be careful not to put it into the stitch that's between. Don't put it there. Put it in the big gaping bar hole. Okay, continue that all the way down until you get to the next corner where you're going to be putting 3 single crochets in the corner. Okay, so I've reached my corner at the bottom. I'm going to do my 3 single crochets into this bottom space and sort of just turn the corner again. And now for each one of these spaces across, we're going to be doing, so in the chain spaces, we're going to be doing 2. And then in the base of the V, we're going to be doing 1. Okay, so we have our 3 in the corner. We're going to go through and do 1 in the base of each V stitch. And then in the space between, we're going to be doing 2 single crochets. 1, 2, and I'm just checking my corner to see how that looks, and I think it's okay. So continuing down the line, in the base of the V stitch, you're doing 1 single crochet, followed by 2 in the chain 2 space or the skip 2 space that we started with. We're going to continue all the way down until we get to the corner, and we're going to be doing 3 single crochets in that corner. All right, so I have reached the corner. So again, I'm going to be doing 3 single crochets into this corner. It's looking good. I think I like this basic, simple edging. I don't think I'm going to do another round, although you could go ahead and do another round of this if you wanted to. Again, up the side, we're going to be doing 2 single crochets through each one of these little bars that's sticking out the end of each row. So do 2 in each space until you get to the corner. Okay, up to the top, and the last stitch that I have available, I'm going to do my 3 single crochets, and then I'm going to find the first stitch, so that's the first single crochet, and I'm just going to slip into that. I'm going to grab my scissors and cut my yarn. There we go. And to finish off, I'm just going to yarn over and pull this all the way through, and I'm going to take my darning needle and weave in that end. And also the starting end, the end that we started on, if you wanted to, you could just clip it off because we've just gone over it with the border. So it should be okay to clip off. If not, if you don't like that, you're not comfortable, you can weave it in just a little bit. So I'm just going to grab my darning needle and put the end of my yarn onto it. This is a nice big one. It's got a nice eye to it. I'm just going to go in and out, weave this around a little bit until I'm comfortable with it being secure. And I'm going to trim my end. And arrange it, make it look nice and beautiful for the camera. And I love it. This is such a nice little pattern. It's very textury. It's quite an easy repetitive thing that you could do. in an evening, watching some TV or on the go, even if you wanted to. The border is just a simple, nice border all the way around. And it's so textury. It's actually really kind of squishy and soft. So that would make like an excellent addition to our spa package that we have crocheted. If you're still with me, if you followed along and made the other items, I really want to say that I appreciate you following along so much. Okay, so here is the final look at our finished set. This is just one of each of those patterns that we have been working on. The loofah, the face scrubby, and the washcloth that we had just finished. So I put my set into a little gift basket and I added a bar of soap. I also have made more of everything, so I can really bulk up my my finished product, or I could give it to two people or do a his and her set sort of thing. I really hope that you enjoyed this mini series of patterns, and I hope that you found some joy in making gifts for others, or maybe even a gift for yourself. Please like and subscribe to my videos. I really appreciate the shares and the likes. It just helps my channel to grow and for me to stay motivated and keep doing activities and keep making more videos like this.